there's a couple things on here. Some you can see, some you can't see. Start off with the upper, continue on with the Tajin fabric, and then the proprietary flywire technology. You guys have seen that across multiple categories. Really locks down that boot onto the last. This is a contoured last, right? So you put a pair of these on. They're really going to make a better connection from your boot, from your foot to down into the pitch. The one thing that you don't see in here, what we did was we took apart the upper. It's multiple layers of fabric that are heat pressed together. We took apart the upper and we inserted a piece of, call it memory material. So if you guys know, in soccer, if you played, you would usually get your boots and some guys go stand in the shower for 20 minutes as hot as they can stand, or you put your feet in buckets of shaving cream. I mean, everybody has these crazy habits. So what we did was basically in some of our select doors, and we're going to be rolling this out in Neki Town, etc. You can come in, buy a pair of these boots, and we put them in a steamer, which are actually set to a certain temperature, because there's a certain temperature and time frame that this material will set to your feet. So we'll put them in there, heat them up, you put them on, and they basically, once they cool to a certain point, they're ready to ship. We've done this a couple times on campus with some folks, and the looks on their faces are just like, really? You know, seriously? So it's a great thing. We're going to be, like I said, we're going to be rolling this out, but it's a very simple concept, but it makes it a broken-in boot within a minute or two. So when you go out and play, it just fits right to you. So continuing with that, with the upper, the chassis is still the same, carbon fiber, 7 layers, adaptive traction studs here on the forefoot, still extending 3 millimeters, obviously. Put extra pressure. You don't need to put your soft ground boots on. The FGs work just fine because you get that extra extension where you need it and it retracts on its own. Think about it. It's all about removing distraction from the players. They don't want to think about, oh, I need to change my boots, or my feet hurt, or my kid's not comfortable. We just want to let them play. So adaptive traction remains, carbon fiber, super light, super flexible, explosive. That's what this boot's all about. It's our lightest and fastest boot. The other one is, obviously, graphically. Sometimes when you talk to graphic designers, there's no method behind the madness. There's more, oh, it just was nice. I was inspired on a trip to the Middle East or Asia or whatever, and I think this should go on a boot. We actually were working with a vision scientist at a university near campus in Oregon, and then also Manchester United actually has a vision scientist on staff. And we've worked with her a lot, as well as the university, about what the color of soccer is. What is it? And it really is, when your head's down and the stadiums are going on around you, it's gray. Everything's gray, because all you can do is you can focus here on the green. So it was important for us to make other players more visible to each other. So it's not just a bright color, so you can just put a single color boot out there on the pitch. But what it is what your eye picks up is contrast. So when you take the plum color with the volt together, your eye will pick that up better than just a single volt boot or a plum boot off of the pitch. So this really jumps off the green. You've seen this color scheme in our balls before. Some of our high-vis balls, similarly, when they're spinning, they have that flicker. Your eyes can pick it up in stadium. So really wanted to kind of call that out here on the inside of the boot this season. So really aggressive graphic, but with a purpose. It's all about visual acuity and being able to see what's going on around you in the process of play. So those are the major updates. The Superfly is still, like I said, our lightest and our fastest boot out there right now, but just that much better, more contour, custom fit, and